Days of Our Lives spoilers. Tate confides in Brady. Sophia panics while Chanel is devastated. Days of Our Lives spoilers. A house of cards begins to crumble in Salem. In the ever-turbulent world of Salem, where secrets are the currency of power and heartbreak is a daily special, this week's episodes promise a seismic shift in several core relationships. The carefully constructed facades of strength, loyalty, and control are beginning to show fatal cracks, leaving a trail of devastation in their wake. From a father-son bond being tested in fire, to a desperate cover-up spiraling out of control, and a beloved business facing an existential threat, the citizens of Salem are learning that the truth, no matter how hard you try to contain it, always finds a way to the surface. Tate and Brady, a reunion forged in uncomfortable truth. In a rare and poignant moment of raw vulnerability, the walls that Tate Black has been building around himself come tumbling down. The pressure of the Holly saga, the weight of his parents' constant battles, and the gnawing guilt over his own actions have become too much for the young man to bear. In a powerful scene set within the dim, familiar confines of the Brady pub, Tate seeks out the one person he believes might listen without immediate judgment, his father, Brady Black. This is not the petulant teen we've seen in recent months. This is a young man grappling with the complex and often painful transition into adulthood. He confides in Brady, his voice laced with a tremor he can't suppress, about the full extent of his involvement with Holly. He speaks of the peer pressure, the misguided attempts to fit in, and the crushing fear that he has irrevocably damaged his future and everyone around him. Brady, for his part, is a revelation. We are used to seeing him as a force of nature, impulsive, passionate, and often quick to anger. But faced with his son's palpable anguish, a different Brady emerges. He listens, truly listens, his own tumultuous history with addiction, poor choices, and parental strife flashing in his eyes. He doesn't offer easy platitudes or immediate solutions. Instead, he offers something far more valuable, his own flawed humanity. This is a pivotal moment for the Black men, says an insider close to the show. Brady has spent his life wrestling with the legacy of his own father. Now, he's trying to break that cycle. He's telling Tate, I see your mistakes, but I also see your pain. And you are not alone in it. It's less about fixing the problem immediately and more about building a bridge of trust that has been badly damaged. This heart-to-heart is a masterclass in generational storytelling. It's a reminder that the sins and struggles of the parents are often visited upon the children. But so too is the capacity for redemption. While Teresa will undoubtedly have her own fiery reaction, Brady's calm and empathetic approach could be the anchor Tate desperately needs to navigate the coming storm. Their relationship, long defined by conflict and separation, is being given a second chance, forged in the crucible of shared hardship. Sophia's panic. The web tightens. If Tate's confession is about seeking liberation from guilt, Sophia's storyline is a terrifying descent into the prison of her own making. Her initial, panicked decision to frame Tate for the drug possession is now a ticking time bomb, and she can hear the timer getting louder with each passing hour. Sophia's panic is no longer a quiet, internal dread. It's a full-blown, five-alarm fire consuming her from the inside out. She jumps at every slamming door, scrutinizes every glance from Teresa and Brady, and spends her nights replaying the moment she planted the evidence, each time imagining a new, catastrophic flaw in her plan. The cool, collected newcomer has been replaced by a woman on the verge of a complete meltdown. Her panic peaks when she overhears a conversation between Jada and Rafe, hinting that the police are not entirely convinced by the straightforward nature of the case. A stray fiber, an inconsistent statement, a camera angle they hadn't considered. Every word from their mouths is twisted in Sophia's mind into a direct accusation. She begins to compulsively clean her apartment, erasing any possible trace of the drugs, only to realize that the most damning evidence is the knowledge in her own head. Sophia is in a classic thriller narrative, the show insider notes. She thought she was smart enough to control the situation, but she's discovering that a lie, especially one this big, has a life of its own. It morphs and expands, demanding more lies to sustain it. She's not just afraid of being caught. She's terrified of losing everything she's tried to build in Salem. Her relationship with Alex, her standing, her fresh start. That fear is making her reckless. The question is no longer if she will be caught, but when and how. And as her paranoia mounts, the likelihood of her making a fatal mistake, confiding in the wrong person, accusing someone else, or breaking down in front of Alex increases exponentially. Sophia's panic is a contagious disease, and it's only a matter of time before it infects everyone around her. Chanel's devastation. A sweet dream turns sour, while the Tate Sophia drama unfolds with the intensity of a courtroom thriller. A different kind of tragedy is brewing for Chanel Dupree. Her beloved bakery, Sweet Bits, is more than a business. It's her sanctuary, her legacy, and the physical manifestation of her independence and talent. It is the one thing in her life that has remained constant amidst the whirlwind of her relationships. This week, that sanctuary is violently threatened. A surprise inspection by the health department, prompted by an anonymous and malicious complaint, uncovers a critical and fabricated violation. The details are devastating, evidence of pest contamination that Chanel knows, with every fiber of her being, is impossible. She runs a tight, impeccable ship. This is sabotage. The result is not a warning or a fine, but a temporary closure order. The bright, vibrant bakery is shuttered, its lights dimmed, its ovens cold. For Chanel, standing on the other side of that locked door, it feels like a physical amputation. The devastation on her face is absolute. This is the destruction of her dream, the undermining of her reputation, and a brutal attack on her very identity. Chanel has fought so hard for everything she has, the insider reflects. She's weathered family drama, personal heartbreak, and the immense challenge of starting a business. Sweet Bits was her triumph. To have it attacked in such an underhanded way strikes at her core. It's not just a financial blow, it's a profound emotional violation. The immediate suspicion, of course, will fall on her estranged mother, Paulina, whose recent tensions with Chanel are no secret. But in a town like Salem, the list of potential culprits is long. A business rival? A vengeful ex? Or someone with a much larger, more sinister grudge against the Price family? Chanel's devastation will quickly curdle into a steely determination to uncover the truth. But the path to justice will force her to question everyone she trusts, including the people she loves most. The domino effect. When one truth reveals another. The genius of Days of Our Lives has always been its ability to weave disparate storylines into a cohesive, town-wide tapestry. This week is a prime example. Tate's confession to Brady doesn't happen in a vacuum. It increases the pressure on the official investigation, which in turn heightens Sophia's panic. As Sophia becomes more erratic, she may cross paths with a distraught Chanel, whose own crisis is a distraction for everyone else. These are not three separate stories. They are three actresses in the same play, waiting for their cues to collide. Brady's newfound understanding with Tate could give him the clarity to see through Sophia's lies. Chanel's quest for her saboteur could inadvertently uncover the evidence that exonerates Tate. Sophia's desperation could lead her to do something drastic that exposes everything. In Salem, no heartbreak is an island. The confession in the pub, the panic in a lonely apartment, and the devastation outside a shuttered bakery are all connected by the invisible threads of fate that bind this town together. As one truth begins to emerge, it threatens to topple the entire house of cards, promising a week of unforgettable drama, emotional resonance, and the undeniable reminder that in Salem, the past is never truly past, and the future is always hanging in the balance.